Assalamu alaikum. I send you greetings of peace, as is a Muslim tradition, and welcome to you all to this very special seminar with the amazing guest, Houda Loukili. Having had the opportunity to work with her on a very special project last year, this is truly an honor. Without any further delay, I'm going to introduce our fantastic speaker as we look to learn from her extensive experience in the kickboxing world. Huda, how are you doing today?
Thank you, Surya. I'm good. And you?
I'm doing great. I'm super excited for this conversation.
Me
Yeah, I
too.
guess we could just get started. I would love to start by asking you to tell us a little about your kickboxing journey and why being active is so important to you.
First of all, thank you to be here today, and I love to see all my sisters from all the world. And I love to say more about my passion for sports and kickboxing. Um, my dream was to become a champ, a kickbox champ, and I love to watch Bruce Lee movies. And he was my first inspiration. And after that, I was 11 years old, and we got a guest lesson of kickboxing. And I was very, in love, and I want to do it so much. So, being active is always important for me because it's not only good for your body but also for your mind. And so I was always training 6 days a week, and and it was very important to train 6 weeks 6 days in a week to compete with the boys. So that's a little bit about my kickboxing journey.
That's awesome. Awesome. I'm very excited to hear more about, how you got into it and then just so many, I have great questions here, so I'm super excited. And then you also mentioned how you got into kickboxing at the age of 11 in your bio. And later on went on to becoming the Dutch youth champion in 2005. What inspired you to get into kickboxing compared to the other sports? I know yeah, so yeah, what inspired you, and then I'm gonna follow up a follow-up question afterwards, okay?
Okay. What inspired me? Yeah, first of all, Bruce Lee, and after that, when I had a kickboxing introduction less, I was in love. Um, but my sport career started in the swimming pool because we first needed to learn how to swim, and after that, I went to judo. But in judo, it was always sitting on the mat, and I didn't like it. And karate was better for me. It was more fun but not exciting enough. So in kickboxing I was allowed to punch and kick, and everything came together. So uh, i I trained my whole body with different exercises, and the coach was also a very good person, and that's the reason I think that I was kickboxing.
Over the other sports, right?
Yes. So because judo was not no, it was not my thing. It's very important sport. My daughter is always also at the judo gym, but for me it was not not right. And in kickboxing everything came together, like punching, kicking, everything. It was a complete for me.
I love that. Well, thank you. And then I want to hear more about the feeling you had when you were named the Dutch youth champion. Like, what was that feeling, and how did it feel after all the hard work and commitment going to, the trainings and stuff?
Yeah, it was very special. I didn't accept it. I was training very hard, and I had a lot of challenges to overcome. Like I was always sporting with my hijab from my 40 when I was 14 years. I was sporting with my hijab, also the matches. So it was not easy, but I had a goal, and it was so important for me to do that, to win, and yeah, to make chance in the change in the sports world.
Amazing. I love it. Thank you so much. And then
You're
you also mentioned in your bio how was such a natural decision for you to choose sport management as your education and career path? I relate to you as well because I did my sport management degree in I did my degree in sport management, my undergrad, and I'm currently doing my master's as well. And what made it so natural and an easy decision for you? And did you end up going into the career specifically within the sport industry? Like, what did you want it to be when you got into the program, and did you ended up being that? I know a lot of questions in that, but feel free to go ahead.
Thank you. So, I think first of all, I want to tell you that I was started with sport and movement
Mm,
because I want to be a coach for other girls, and after that, I wanted to prove that I can do also sports management at the University of Applied Science. So it was for me so natural because first of all, I had so much of courses and 4 years of sport and movement, and I was doing the as a coach very well, but I want to make a change in the sports world. So I don't want only to be a coach, but also to be a consultant and a manager and a speaker. So it was for me natural to choose the education, to develop myself on other fields.
awesome. And then, did you? I know we're gonna talk more about what you're currently doing, but did your, I guess, your dream when you were getting into the program become a reality? Like, what did you want it to be when you got into the program?
Yes, no. When I went to sport management study on the yes, when I went to the sport management study, I want to be a manager
Nope.
in sports, and yes, I am. So everything that I want is happen now, and not. It was, of course, a lot of hard work. So I'm still yet because I'm in 2013. I was finished the study, but still yet there are not any other women with a hijab at sport management study. So it was for me very special and hard to be there as the only one. But I want to make the path for other girls who have the dream to be a sport manager or something else in the sport world to go after their dream. So it's for me not only important for myself, but important for everyone.
Yeah, I agree. I feel that in so many ways too, because I felt like it was very natural, such a natural decision. And then when I also got into it, I'm like, I'm not the only one. I don't think I'm gonna succeed. I was just having so many thoughts about like, am I gonna make it? Am I gonna actually my like I wanted to be successful in the sport industry, but the lack of representation, for people that look like us, and they're kind of like, you don't belong here. So I just wanted to hear what you wanted to do at the beginning and actually, if that ended up becoming a reality. Obviously it is, and hard work pays off at the end, so that's a good message. Thank you.
You're
And
welcome.
moving on to the next question. So moving on to your current work, so you are an advocate for youth sports, specifically for girls, and you have made it your mission to give coaches the tools to make sports more accessible for girls. And you also believe it is important that every individual have access and be accommodated according to their sport and their needs. First of all, there's like a few questions I have within here. Why did you make giving coaches the tool they need to make sport accessible your mission? Why was that so important to you?
Yeah, for me, it's a very easy answer because equality and uh, everyone be equal and the same opportunities are very important for me. That's why I work with a lot of organizations to make it happen, to give all the other girls opportunities to, yeah, to become athlete or a sport manager or anything else they want.
Mm,
And um, and if I can show it, if I can if they can see it, they can be it. So it's important to to show it to the other girls and to the world that we can do everything we want, and also in the sport.
Hmm.
So it's very important for me to work in to work here in this. Yes.
Awesome. And
Yeah.
then I know there are a lot of projects you're part of to assure that this mission of yours to give access the course they need to actually, promote for young girls and marginalized communities. So, like, do you mind, talking about, like, I guess the most exciting or some of the projects you're part of that have been part of the mission that fulfills your advocacy work for young girls and youth. Like, yeah, does that make sense? Do you want me to repeat the question?
No.
Okay, you're good. Okay.
Can you make it shorter?
Okay, yeah, yeah. So the second part of the question is, what are some projects you've been part of that fulfills
Okay.
this mission of yours? Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Um, yeah. Um, I have done this year amazing work with Nike, and also with you to make the hijab playbook. And it was for me so much an honor, because it was always my dream to do some work with Nike. And with this work and with this huge company and with this huge campaign, everything, we can create more, we can be more visible and to create more opportunities for other girls. So in the hijab playbook, we have writing down, of course, not only our own experience, but also from research and all things. And we have created a playbook for coaches to coach hijabi girls or other Muslim girls better in sports, because what I'm seeing now, it's not enough, and a lot of coaches don't know how they can, even they don't know how they can coach girls, not only hijabi girls but the girls in general. So with my experience and with my work, I want to, to give them more information, and to give them more coaching and consulting to, um, because all the thing that they know better, it's better for the girl. And that's my most important thing, that the girl um, uh, have a good coach, someone who believe in her, and someone who understand her, and someone who can give her compliments, and also um, and not to say, oh, you are a girl, it's not important to compete or something like that, because also girls want to compete, and also girls want to grow and to do everything like a boy. So equal, you know what I mean?
Yep.
That,
Equal.
yeah, equal, that's very important for me. And if I can do so a little bit chance, then it's good. So I love to work with you and with other young people who have the power and also the energy to make something different, and
Mm.
to give other sound to the world. So
Yes, absolutely. I think the a unique aspect of the playbook was the fact that we were on the consultant committee the whole time, from the beginning to the end, like how we wanted to go about it and what challenges we experience as Muslim female athletes, and how sport organizations, coaches, and even other athletes that are not Muslim could be an ally to the Muslim girls. So
exactly.
if anyone has actual act like on the hijabi ballers, so the playbook, it's actually online, so anyone that wants to have access and see what's actually detailed on there, so it's out on the internet for the public, so feel free to check it out. And yeah, like it was truly an amazing opportunity to work alongside you to make sure that vision
thank,
came to life with
Thank you.
all of
And
this. Yeah.
And for Europe, I think for Europe, we have also giving the training to a lot of
Yes.
organizations, and they had a lot of questions, and it was, so nice and so wonderful, and they want to learn, and they want to, to give it other change.
Yeah, 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 yeah. They want to assure they implement change within their organization.
Yes. So I feel also better when I see the organization want to, yeah, to work with this, and yeah, it's so
Yeah.
good. And maybe I can tell you other example about my work with young girls.
Yes.
Um, so I'm also working with Favela Street. That's an organization that work in the whole world. They started in Brazil, and after that, Curacao, Haiti, and other countries. And now we are have a program in Amsterdam, Amsterdam West,
Mm,
with 28 girls from, yes, yeah, underserved communities, or yeah, you can say it what you want, but the important thing is that I want to give the girls strength. More, they have strength, but want to give them a podium. Are you saying English podium?
yep. Yep.
Yeah. And I want to give them a podium that they can be the role model for the other sisters and brothers, and we give them more opportunities, and we connect them with other organizations to grow. So it's a personal development
Mm,
program. With the first hour, we give them more tools to get their goals. They can write their goals, and they learn more about storytelling, or they learn more about how can I get work, or they learn so much. And the
mm,
second hour is sport. So
mm.
it's fantastic, and the girls came every week to us to learn, to have fun, and they are one family now. So and it's and a target group that not everyone can have this target group, because they don't come everywhere, but when they see us, and yeah, they feel comfortable, and they come every week, so that's
That's
wonderful.
awesome. And then is there other Muslim coaches, or how are the coaches, or even the age group as well? I'd love to know more about that.
Okay. The coaches are from different backgrounds.
Mm,
So all of them have a top sport background. So one is a soccer player, one I'm the kickboxer, one is volleyball. How you say
mhm.
volleyball?
Yeah, volleyball. Yeah.
And baseball. We have a lot of different, and they are all women. They are all women, and and I think three of them has Islamic background.
Mm,
Yes, three of them have Islamic background, and the other all are also from migrant background.
okay, that's
Yeah.
amazing. I like
Yes.
how diverse it is in ethnicity, also in sport, because I think that's so important for a young girl that
Yes.
wants to pursue sport, right?
Yes. It's very diverse, and the girls are from 12 until 19 years old,
Mm, awesome. That's so good.
and
Well,
they have the school is not the same. One has the high school, one lower, but they help each other so much, and I love to see
mm,
that they can help each other like they are sisters. They are also sisters, so it's very nice to see it.
yeah, that's awesome. Thank you so much.
You're
Those are
welcome.
impactful work for sure. And I feel like in terms of sustainability and advocating for that, for what you want in the community to change, whether that is in Netherlands or global, like that's awesome. So I believe in that. So thank you again. And then there are so many amazing things, like you just mentioned only two right now, but there's so many other things that you're doing. I'm always seeing you on social media, and there's so many things you're doing for the young girls in the Netherlands and the Muslim community at large. What are some of the challenges you had to overcome in getting your mission to the community you are serving? Yeah, feel free to go ahead.
um a lot.
Yeah, of course.
But I want to give some examples. First of all, the challenge that I have overcome when I was an athlete
Mm,
was that kickboxing is a real man's world. So as a woman, I learned to deal with prejudges and dare to, yeah, set my boundaries well. And um, because a lot of people when I was young come to my mother, so your girl is playing kickboxing, that's very hard, and or something else like why your daughter don't learn at school some more about economics or being a doctor or something else, because I was always in the sports. And my college was always sport and not anything else.
Mm.
And I meant also practical challenges like, yeah, my headscarf, my hijab. It doesn't stay in the place, and that I cannot find enough covering clothing for sports. So that was the challenges that for me when I was younger. And uh, be- and after the years now, I'm very happy there are the sport hijab, and we have now more female coach, not enough, but a little bit more.
Yep.
And um, I was the one who said to myself, okay, I don't have this and this and this, but I can choose. I can look at it and say, oh, we don't have it, or I can be the change to myself and to the other girls. So the
Mm.
second one, I choose the second one, and I hope that I can um, give tools to other coaches and other, yeah, young women to do the same, because only Houda in the Netherlands or only Fitria in in your country is not enough. We need to give it to others and to do you know what I mean?
Yeah, 100% understand what you mean. It's you're. I feel like now you finally see kind of change because the fact that you actually see other women coaching, because back in the day like you didn't, it was like there were only men coaching and you weren't comfortable as much, and the fact that you're having problem with the hijab and not like the hijab, but the fact that there wasn't sport hijabs, in place, or people didn't even realize that Muslim female athletes were missing, and didn't create uniforms that were accommodating to us. So, and now other people are finally, waking up. But back then, when you were playing sport, people weren't taking you seriously. You had to, yeah. So 100% understand what you're trying
Yeah,
to say.
and what I need to say is there were there were a lot of important people to me when I was in top sport.
Yeah.
My coach, because when I was wearing a hijab, for him it was okay.
Mm.
And first of all, I started, of course, with a short, and after that, I do a longer trouser or legging under my shorts.
Yep.
And first, I started with a little shirt, and after that, I do a long shirt. So he wasn't a Muslim man. He
Mm.
was always happy for me and um, um, supporting me.
Yep.
So yeah, that was very important. But I have to do 4 years sport college, and after that 4 years sport management, and we had everyday sport every
Mm.
day.
Mm.
And I was at both. I was the only Muslim girl,
Mm.
so it was hard,
Yeah.
but I was creative. So when I was so young, we don't had a burkini. So I made something for myself. I made a long trouser and a long shirt. So um, I've learned from this to be creative always, and to
Yep.
ask anyone else. Maybe someone have other idea, or and now I'm happy now that we have more things, but we are don't and we are not there yet.
Not
We
there
have
yet.
a lot of things to do yet, but yeah, we are going.
Yep, absolutely. And I believe that's part of the allyship aspect. Like the coach that didn't see you as a Muslim woman, but they just saw you as an athlete and supported you,
Exactly.
encouraged you. We need more people like that, and that's why
Yeah,
the work we're all doing is so important to just get more people to understand how to be accommodating to Muslim female athletes. So thank you for bringing
exactly.
that up.
Oh,
So,
you say that so very well. Thank you.
no, you said it all. I'm just paraphrasing. You said it all. So thank you. And then I'll just move on to the next question. And then, so you are a mother. You're this question. I'm like, this is just, you are a mother, specifically mother of twins, wife, quote, consultant, and you're doing so many other things that haven't even mentioned here and you didn't even mention in this conversation yet. How are you able to manage and balance everything? Oh, I have like a few questions within this. So like, yeah, just how are you able to do it all? I would love to hear yeah, your how you do it.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Because it's a lot, but it's all passion work. So the important, it was a joke, because I know why I can do this, because it's my passion.
Mm,
And if you do work you didn't like it, you can't do it so long. So for me, it was first of all a dream
yes.
to do what I do today, and I have a lot of other dreams to achieve in the sports world.
Mm,
And second, it's always my passion. And third, I have a wonderful husband who support me in this. I have three children. They are twins. They are now almost 8 years old,
mm,
and other boy, he is 4 years old. And everything, not everything, but a lot what I do, I can discuss with them. So when I have a speech, or when I need um, to show them other exercise, they do it with me. So
mm,
I try to combine things. So I try to combine my work and my kids and my my life.
yeah.
and and sometimes I said, like, okay, today I'm very busy, I can't cook. Maybe anyone else can cook, or um, maybe sometimes they can go with me to my work, or that's how I can manage it.
Mm.
Um, yeah.
Oh
So
wow, that's
yeah,
very impressive. That's very impressive. Yeah, just I know it's yeah, it's not easy, you know, trying to balance
no,
everything. But the passion aspect is so important, right? That's what drives you, that's what motivates you. And even if you don't want to do it, you're just like, I have to do it because there are people that
yes,
impact on, right? So
exactly. I have to do it, and not only so, not for myself, not for all the girls, but also for my own daughter and for my son, and for, do you know what I mean? For
yeah,
anyone.
yeah,
And
yeah, yeah.
um and my kids and my husband and my mother and everyone, they see that we that change start with ourselves.
Yep.
So yeah.
Yeah, amazing. So my next question to follow up with that is, what are some advice and tips you can give to mothers and fathers that are fathers and sorry, mothers and fathers that want to be involved in the community but are limited with time? Yeah.
Yeah, I think the important thing is to that sport and is self-care,
Mm,
because um yeah, it's self-care, because you are do things for your body, for your mind. You have time for yourself, and that's very important and very difficult both, because uh, now with three kids it's not easy to train so much like I did. So of course I train now a little bit, not so much,
yeah.
but the time for yourself is so important.
Yes.
And um, and and if you ask someone, maybe you have your neighbor or family, can you help me, or can you uh, stay with the kids if you need to do something without the kids?
Mm,
Please ask it, but because not everyone, but a lot of people want to help you. And um, other thing what's important is to priority to.
prioritize.
Yes,
Okay.
prioritize. So if you say to yourself, okay, movement is very important, that the kids play sport is very important, you need to, yes, to schedule it, because
Mm,
if you don't do it, anyone else is gonna do it. So yeah,
yeah.
for
No,
me
that's
it's very important. For me, what's very important for the kids, that they start with swimming.
yeah.
So I was 2 or 3 year, no, 2 times in a week. I went to them to the swimming pool.
Yeah.
So it's important. It's also important they learn some Arabic or something else. So I need to schedule it, and sometimes I need to say to myself, okay, I can't cook today. We're gonna eat some tuna in bread or eggs or something else.
Right.
So yeah, you need to fix it, and not to be too uh, flexible. You need to be flexible.
Mm. Yes. No, those are all great advice. Oh, self care, prioritizing, uh,
Yes, and
look after
flexible.
yourself because you could be, draining. You could be doing so many things. You're like, oh, I don't have enough time. But also being flexible because yes, you want to make dinner, but you don't have dinner. You don't have time to make dinner today. Either ask someone else to make the dinner or do something like just make light dinner so it doesn't have to be the way you want it to go. And then like
Exactly.
literally flexibility and prioritizing as well, right? Like put it in your
Exactly.
calendar
And
what you want.
sometimes, yes, exactly. And sometimes if it doesn't work, okay, it doesn't work. Then you do it another day, and you see if it works. So
Yeah.
that's also flexible.
Yep. Those are all great advice, and thank you.
You're welcome.
And then moving on to our next question. So, for parents, specifically Muslim parents that want to involve their young girls and in kickboxing or sport, but don't think it's safe. I know you mentioned how at the beginning of your journey, other parents are like, "Why is your daughter doing that?" Like they were very concerned about you being part in sport world and not like economics and the traditional careers that they want their daughter to be in. So now, obviously, I feel like you're also on that journey to change that narrative. Like Muslim women are not just about the traditional careers. We could go beyond that. I feel like that's what we're all on that, right? So,
Yes.
advice can you give to them to help them overcome these challenges? So these are specifically for like parents and even girls as well.
Yeah. Um, um, I think that you need, as a parent, so
Yeah.
I'm a parent, and for other parents, it's important to look at your child and to see what he or she wanted to
Mm,
do. And if that is sport, it's sport, because if she do something with her passion, she yeah she can do everything.
mm,
And she love it, she want to go to school, she want to learn. And it's the benefits from that is not only for her but also for the parents.
mm,
Because if you say to someone you need to do something you didn't like, it's always you get a headache. Come, take, do your homework, let's go. And you and once someone you one when your girl or boy do something from their passion, it's so much easier. So
mm,
for me, it's advice to listen to your child, to talk with your child. Of course, as a parent you need to give advice from your own experience, but try to be open-minded and to believe in them. um, because we can also combine Islam with sport. In Islam, it's sport also very important.
mm,
So that's first advice, and the second one is, of course, I agree if a parent say, "Oh, I'm afraid maybe it's too hard," and of course, because now I have my own girl, I am afraid. So that's normal. But sometimes we need to take our, yeah, what we are afraid, okay, but we take it away,
mm,
and we look at the conditions that we can create to let it be a safe place.
mm,
So maybe you as parents need to look at yourself uh, and maybe write down what's important for me that my girl can play kickboxing or other sport. So
mm,
for me it's important that she have a good coach, that it's inside, that I can see, that it's not, that I have windows, that I can see if I want, that I can see everything if I want, or that I can stay there, or that she can wear what she wants
Mm,
at the gym. So then I can check. Okay, this is okay. Check, check, check. Now I feel okay that my girl is gonna be do some kickboxing.
mm,
And the third one is, it's very important for not only for girls but also for boys to be more resilient, to have more, yeah, to
mhm,
have more to learn how to say stop, I don't want this, to be more strength, to believe in themselves, and all the things you can also learn that at kickboxing. So I love the sport so much. Yeah, it's for me my life, and not, of course, not like 15 years ago, but it's also always uh, it had always a place in my heart,
mm,
because it gave me so much. It makes me like the woman that I'm now, because I learned so much with in the sports club.
mm.
And yeah.
No, that's awesome. And then you mentioned how um, you're afraid what of your daughter. Is it like, I'm so curious to know what you mean by that. You say you're afraid as a parent, you're like, oh, I don't want my child to do that. You're so you have to put your biases aside. That's what you're saying.
Yeah.
What's something right now, like you could, answer with this one as well. What are like your three kids, what are they currently involved in, and how are you supporting them? And yeah, feel free to add on
Yes.
to the question. Yeah.
So I'm not afraid only for my daughter, also for the boys.
Okay,
And
thank you.
yes, and but I understand the parents. I
Mm,
understand the parents. That's what I want to say. That of course you need to to know where your kids are going and what they are doing,
mm,
and especially when they are young, especially when they are 8 or 9 or 10 or 4 or 5. So, but what was your question? I forget it now.
Um, no worries. Like, what are your three kids into right now? Are they into kickboxing? Are they picking up what the father does or the mom does? Like, what are they all into? I'm curious to know if they're
Yeah,
all.
no, they the twins are were so the twins started with swimming.
Okay,
So
right.
they have now one certificate, and that was very important for me because we are living in the Netherlands. We have a lot of water.
Yes.
The youngest one, he is started with soccer,
Soccer.
because yes, because I want that he start with swimming when he is 6. Then he's a little bit stronger,
Mm,
and he can do more.
okay.
So it's also strategy. Strategy.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
So he started with soccer, and my other son also soccer. Oh, three! All three are now at the soccer club,
Okay.
and my daughter also judo, playing
Okay.
also judo.
Yeah.
And I think for me it's important that they are choosing sport for themselves, and
Mm,
if they want to play kickboxing, then they can go to kickboxing.
mm,
But first of all, it's swimming. It's very important. And judo is also important sport to start with. And after judo, you can do anything else.
mm,
And gymnastics, they like also gymnastics. So if they want to do next year gymnastics, they can do it.
mm.
So
Nice. Okay. I like how open minded you are. And I would definitely recommend that advice for the parents that are watching that want to get their children into sport but are not unsure. Let the kids explore and then see what
yes,
it is. That's
exactly.
yep, that's it as advice. Amazing. And then moving on to the next question. I feel like you've talked a lot about how important it is that your work that you're doing, how you're so passionate about everything, and the impact that you're having in the community. What would you say the most rewarding thing is about your work? I'm curious to know if there's anything else beyond what you already talked about.
Um, Sorry. It's a good question.
Yeah. Sorry if I put you on the spot there.
No problem.
If you want, we could come back to it.
Yes, please.
Okay. All right. We'll come back to it. And then for the viewers that are watching that want to do similar work as you, so yeah, the community work that you're doing, the education path that you took, yeah, just so many things that you're currently doing. How or where would you recommend they start if they want to also be on the journey that you're currently on?
Yeah, first of all, the most important thing is to know if you like it.
Mm,
So give yourself like a kid. So I give my kids the opportunity to explore what they want to do.
mm,
So my first advice is explore what you want to do, and if you can set your goals specifically, other person can also help you.
mm,
So if you say, I want to be a fitness coach
mm,
because I like fitness. So explore if you like it really, and then maybe you can go with anyone else who is a coach, and you can see what the coach is doing, and if you like it, then you can go to learn more about it.
mm,
So that's for me always important to start. Okay, did I like it or not? So okay, I like it, and maybe I knew someone else who are doing this, then I will ask them, can I go with you?
mm.
And after that, then I will start with it. Yeah.
Awesome. No, that's great. Yeah, like we're not any different from the kids, right? We have to find what we're passionate about as well. So do the research and then go physically try to apply, or like go to the gym and see whether you like it or not. If you like it, you move on. If you don't, find something else, right?
Yes,
Yes.
of course. And it's okay to ask someone. So if someone want to ask me on Instagram, do you like it, or what's your work, or can you tell me more about it, or then do it.
Mm,
Uh, I do it as well. And everyone, um, if you say to someone, can you help me, they don't say no, I can't.
mm, right. Or even if they don't have the information, they'll send you to
Exactly.
the right direction. And yeah.
Exactly. And I think we also, as females, we or I don't know if we have also men at the stream, but it's important that we can help each other. And
Yes.
also the men, of course, can help the women, but we need to help each other and not to compete or things, because we are together stronger, and that's what I believe always.
Yes.
And yeah, together you are always stronger.
Amazing. I love that advice.
Now you want to come back to your other question?
Yes.
Yeah,
So yeah, thank you.
it's so difficult because uh, it's a lot. Yeah,
Yes.
it's a lot, and it's it's the feeling that you can do something really good for someone else's life.
Mm,
It's that I see the girls growing, that coaches want to learn more, to yeah, to know how to give better coaching to girls.
mhm,
um, it's the audience that I can that I have when I have a speech. It's so much. I can't choose one thing.
mm, yeah.
And yeah, and it's living my dream, I
Mm,
think. It's
yeah.
also.
Absolutely.
Can
Yeah.
you choose, Tria?
Pardon?
Can you choose something
I feel like we
for
you
yourself?
we talk. Oh, for me, the
Yeah,
most important thing is definitely having an impact, like for for our community, whether that's the Muslim or the Canadian. Like I feel like that's so important. And then like
exactly.
knowing that sport organizations that want to actually implement change are coming to us, and I feel like that's very important to have a narrative from an actual insider community rather than someone that's like writing articles and behind the scenes that don't know nothing about our community whatsoever. So I'm just super excited to be part of this change, and I feel like that's literally your movement too. But I just wanted to, you share from your voice because I think
Yeah,
it's important. So thank
yeah,
you.
yeah. You're welcome. It's so much, and like I said before, if we can chance this 30%,
Yeah.
and the 30% that we are give some tools, if they can give it to, if they can influence their neighbors, their brothers, their sisters, their mothers, their fathers, we have 100% in couple of years.
Yep.
So it's wonderful, the work what we can do. And I love people, so I love to work with people.
And kids are the sweetest. And then moving on to our next question, we have about two more questions, and then we're gonna be done sadly. So, what is one advice you'd like to leave the viewers with? So, like, it could be about anything. I know you gave us a lot of advice throughout this conversation already, but someone that's listening that wants to be further impacted. Like, what's one thing they could do today? An advice.
Start.
Start.
That's my
Ooh,
advice.
yeah.
Start. You need to
Yes.
start. If you want to do something, if you want to change something, start.
Mhm.
Because if you're only talking about it or thinking about it, or seeing only obstacles or something,
Yeah.
then we don't have a chance.
Yes.
Not a chance and not a chance, both not.
Yeah. Oh
And
man.
start. That's the yeah. And maybe you can start with a little thing.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
okay, everything is okay, but start is most important. And working together, because together you are stronger, and believe in yourself, and believe that everything is with a reason. So um, it's yeah, it's a reason I have seen you last year, that we are now together, and we can talk with all the people that they are watching us now. So
Mhm. Yeah.
yeah,
Absolutely.
starting. That's the most important advice that I have now.
Yeah. It's so simple, but it's overlooked or underlooked. Sorry. Like
Yes, it's
you
very
have to
difficult
start.
to start
Yeah.
because
Exactly.
we are always thinking
In our
so
head.
much. No, this is not good. This is I don't. No one see me, or I'm not enough, or and it's all starting with self love. So if you have self love, you can give it also to others.
Yes. Amazing. That's
Yeah.
beautiful. Thank you. And then our last question. So our audience is literally watching this conversation from all over the world. And I don't know nothing about the Netherlands. And I would love to know one fact or one thing our, personally or our global audience you think should know. What's one thing about the Netherlands? Um,
Um, Amsterdam.
Ah, I feel like we know that one. We know that
And
one.
we have a lot of windmills,
Okay.
and we have a lot of water,
Okay. True.
and we love to travel.
Mm.
So I love to come to you when it's possible. And yeah, I love it so much. I'm born here in the Netherlands.
Yep.
My parents come from Morocco.
Ooh. Okay.
Yeah,
Very.
but they love it here, and it's now we have sun, but the most of the time we have rain.
Mm.
Yeah,
That makes sense. Why you have a lot of water? That makes sense.
yeah.
Oh,
And
man.
we in the Netherlands we have a good infrastructure.
Yep.
Yes, it's very good, and also hospitalities, and or not hospitals, not hospital.
Yeah.
Yeah,
A
and
lot.
all things. Yeah.
Mm.
Uh, so and we can do more here with sports, and to make it accessible for everyone. So we need to keep going,
Mm.
and yeah,
Awesome.
to give more opportunities to everyone here from all the backgrounds, and because we can live together and we can sport together,
Mm,
and we can grow together. It's very
mm,
important if we
awesome.
are open-minded.
Yes, we always have to be open-minded. If you have, that's how you learn, right? If you're just closed-minded, you can't take in the new stuff that you're learning. But
No.
yeah, so that's all questions I have for you. Is there anything you want to leave our audience with before we kind of conclude our conversation?
I want to say thank you so much that you listened to me and with the conversation with Fitria. I love this so much, and I hope to have someday this summit in real, and that
Mm,
we can see each other. And oh, that's really my dream, because uh, last year it was my dream to do this with you,
mm,
really, to be a part of the network.
yeah,
And now it's my dream to see you in real, and to see you on real and talk about sport and everything we can do in the sports world. It's so important, and I want to thank you that you take this first step, because after this session you are taking the first step,
yes.
because we need you. We
Mm.
need to do this together.
Yes, amazing. Well, thank you so much again, Huda.
You're
I'm
welcome.
very appreciative of the conversation and the fact that we were able to reconnect again. And for you to agreeing to be part of this summit is we the whole team thanks you and thank you once again. And then I'll just continue. That is for audience. That is all we have for you for now. Remember, you can stay connected with the work we're doing on Muslim Women Sport Network through this YouTube channel, as well as our Instagram community at Muslim Women Sport Network. And then I'll also like to thank again our guest for her insightful information that she gave us and for taking the time out of her precious day. Literally, she has a busy day. She has other meetings to get to after this one. And finally, thank you for joining us today, wherever you are in the world and your time zone. We hope to see you again soon at our next session of the Muslim Women Sport Network Global Summit 2021. The next session will be taking place in 2 hours at 4 p.m. Universal Time. Please adjust your time zone and check out the Muslim Women Sport Network website for further information on all the sessions scheduled for this year's summit. And assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.